2022. The famous legend, ladies and gentlemen, Willie Penrose is on board the bus, and we are so lucky to have Willie with us. Willie, how are you keeping, sir?
Not a bother, really. Delighted to be here. I'm glad to hear you wish happy birthday to my nephew, Gary Fagan.
Oh, right.
Who's a very good mandolin and guitar player. So he graduated from the Limerick School of Music as well. So
is he out in Abu Dhabi as well, no?
No, he's not. I think he might be going. He actually works in the hospital there, so he's a busy young lad, but he's a great musician as well. So hopefully we'll be looking forward to hearing him and so many others in August 2022 here.
Willie, the great news the whole town is talking about. Social media is on fire. Mullingar is back on the map for 2022 at the Flackhole.
Well, absolutely, Ray. It's tremendous news. And look, we worked extremely hard. We have a great committee. Huge membership of that committee, volunteers under the chairmanship of Joe Conair. A wonderful chairman who's done a wonderful work, but a tremendous committee. Everyone had a huge input. And this didn't happen by chance or by accident. I can tell you that, Ray, and I think you're aware of some of the obstacles that were there and hurdles that we crossed. Notwithstanding that we had it for 2020 and 2021, everyone thought it was a shoe-in, and that you'd automatically fall into place, and that. But things don't work like that. There's a lot of work to be done to win the confidence of everybody involved in Colas Coulter and to host it, because we didn't take on, Fla Fest, which is going to take place in Sligo, and it's an excellent thing, but we wanted the full traditional Fla. What we had committed ourselves to from 2016, when we had a meeting at the in Moat, doing a She Centre there at the AGM, myself and Joe proposed that we go for the All-Ireland Fla.
2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Yes, and listen, in the normal circumstances it takes about 10 years. Drogheda spent 10 to 11 years, Enna spent 7 or 8 years, Cavan spent 8 or 9 years. So everyone says that we get it in 2025 or 26. But we played a great role. We had a great committee, very active, utilising every way and forum that we knew and all our contacts, and eventually we won out against the odds, and to everyone's great surprise, we steamrolled through Leinster and got it for 2020 and 2021. And of course, the interruption caused by the pandemic and the COVID-19, that lays bare and lays waste the best man-made plans. There's always someone more powerful than man.
Correct.
And I think that has brought a big reality to ourselves, that we should realise that we don't have the power that we think we have. There's something greater than us. And I think if we learn anything from this COVID pandemic, is that. But look, we weren't eager to do a smaller versions. There was one done here last year. We weren't prepared to do that, and a lot of people then entered the fray looking for the Fla.
Yeah.
And I mean, one can understand, but it's a huge cultural event and a huge, pursuit, leisure pursuit, and everything that goes with it, and music and dance and song and Gaelic Irish culture and everything. But it's also a huge economic event for players. I mean, the benefit could be up to 50 million. And you're talking about at least maybe could be up to 500,000 people coming to the area. And, that was a huge body blow to Mullingar.
A huge body blow to yourselves.
A huge body blow to ourselves.
As I said, so it was, everything went west, as I say, with whatever happened in the last year and a half. So what happened? Did you have to go and say, lads, we have to submit again, and off we go?
Oh, a lot more than that. We have a tremendous committee. We have a lot of professional people on the committee, and they wanted, our committee was run with the utmost level and the highest level of probity and integrity. So everyone who supported us, and a lot of people around the area did support us, with 2,500 and 5,000 and 900s and 50s and all like that. And indeed, Mullingar Credit Union they were a major sponsor, and thanks, they're again a big voluntary committee, and a voluntary organisation like the Credit Union. They were our main sponsor. Westmeath County Council behind us. We wanted to pay back all that, and we had paid money to Colas Coulter, and we got that back, and we paid everyone back. Wow. So that we now are going back to the people.
Flat again.
Yes, but on a level playing pitch, that people know they can trust us.
Yeah.
And that, to give us money, we didn't waste it, we didn't dissipate it. Everything was accounted for to the last cent. And that's Joe Conair and all our committee, Colette Glynn and Pádraig Keenan, with people in that committee, Neve, some of the Fox, people who are very, very careful with sense. They're not just careful with euros, they're careful with sense. And that's the great thing. I'm very proud to be a member of that committee, as indeed or other people. You know, because that's the first important point. You know, you run things right, and you gain the confidence and trust of the people out there. So we're going back now to the people. We eventually, we're working hard now since last October, quietly behind the scenes, and I know you were aware of some of the events. It was tough going. At times there, I think around Christmas or January, I think you made contact with some of us, and it was less than 50-50. But we got back on the pitch and got a lot of support and rallied the troops. And over the last month, things, as the fella says, the tide turned strongly in our favour, to put it that way.
Excellent.
And then last Saturday fortnight, we had a fairly significant meeting with the FLA 22 committee and with the Bun Cuiste, which operates Coldest Level, and our jury, or Lowers of Murku. And look, we were pretty happy on that. And then we approached the local authority, and Pat Gallagher, Chief Executive, and the membership of the local authority were always 120%. Because if you don't have them, it doesn't happen, because the local authority are an integral part of that. But this, you know, notwithstanding that their support is critical, and the support of the business community is critical, but without the volunteers that we have, it wouldn't happen. So, you know, it is a quotas-led FLA. You know, it's not being run by the local authority or by Ray Dolan or Willie Penrose. It's a quotas-led FLA, led by and the reason that it's so important, that Mullingar, and you're bred, born and reared, and a musician of great repute, and all your family, it's so important to Mullingar, obviously, because this is where it was founded in 1951. And we, you know, the homecoming was the signature thing of it, and bringing it back to its roots. And if ever any group ever wanted, we were committed to bringing it back to its roots. Finbar Fury and loads of those people play below at Mickey Hughes' corner. We know it as Mickey Hughes' corner there. Jimmy Bennett's the other part. They're all gone now, but that's where it was. And we want to reincarnate that again. Bring it back to, you'll be going around and you'll be saying, look at Finbar Fury, except that he's now, instead of 1963, it's 2022. It's almost 60 years later. And there he is. And he has young nephews playing the banjo. I think some of them are around Mullingar here. And we'll get them in. So we want to reincarnate everything. We're going to bring back the march in the old FLA when Foster was there, and you had him on a few weeks ago. You should have asked about the big boining jumper, the ones that Aaron swears from the west of Ireland, that they make him and Clancy. And when in '63, when he was sitting on the thing playing the music, I think he won his first All Ireland then. He nearly went on fire, he says, with the boining, with the swears.
Well, would you believe that story? That's that story, but our story is Joe and the band played on a bus or whatever, and who escorted them and walked in front was my mother.
God bless us. I tell you, but that was the warmest day ever. The tar was coming up to the thing, and you hear lots of people. I indeed, one woman there in Mullingar gave me a programme belonging to her father, and all the thing, the tar, they're walking, and the tar was attaching to their keys. But Foster tell you, we want to bring it back to its roots. That everywhere Ray Dolan goes, if it's in College Hill in Mullingar, if it's in Lynn Heights in Mullingar, that somebody at the bottom of that hill will be playing a string of music. We want to widen this out, get it into the tradition that every corner in Mullingar, that the pubs will obviously be playing and the music playing, but every corner outside that you can sit and listen. And the way we want to do that is, the busking has taken over the FLA. Now, unfortunately, busking means me sitting there with a little box in front of me and collecting money. And I understand that, as somebody come from a poor economic background, I understand that. But at the end of the day, you know, when you come to a FLA, it's not busking you want. You want to get the very best musicians in the country out on the street, and you listen to them. And the very best musicians, we don't want to compete with people who are busking. And notwithstanding, some they can be tremendous musicians. But we have this idea that we'll try and get that off. We're sending out word to everybody. It's going to be a non-busking FLA.